L26, pizza or blockbuster? Please be fish kind and rewind. Pink Shorts is filmed in front of a live democracy, republic, both exposed and approved. Thank you for writing every other new safety video. This is Auditorium Station, Auditory Nerve, a CBIS iPhone. This is Pink Shorts, the use us of my client's medulla, my primary motor cortex, my Los Alamos primary visual, my Los Alamos primary auditory, my Los Alamos accurate fasciculus, my Los Alamos hippocampus, my Los Alamos vernacle, my Los Alamos bracca, my Los Alamos angular gyrus, or any other part of the left or right hemisphere of the brain is in agreement. Discretion of all content obtained will be used at all networks and Meriwether businesses. Please contact us at 594-1443 plus 22. Minus 22. We're not affiliated with the President of the United States. Two-party consent law is required to record or eavesdrop on any confidential communication, including a private conversation, telephone call, Google Hang-In, Google Hangout, Emmett Douglas Realty, or anything that hangs from trees. Without the consent of all parties to the conversation is a violation of Penal Code 632. Statutes and limitations don't apply. We'll explain that in the next 40 minutes. Intrusion claims in California last for 2 years. Reference code section 335.1, January 18, 334 a.m., Route 4, and June 19, 10 p.m., Route 204. Recognize intrusion upon seclusion claims. Howell versus New York Post Code. This is a live email you have received. Intrusion is a special form of invasion of privacy, intentionally intrudes or physically, solitude or seclusion of another. In moist states, intrusion on seclusion, a plaintiff must generally establish 4 elements. First, defendant without authorization must have intentionally invaded the private affairs of the plaintiff or trailblazer, or trailblazer, right? Plain Tiffany, Pug, or a babysitting business. Check. Second, or invasion must be offensive to a reasonable person or babysitting business. Check. Third, the defendant was intruded upon a private matter, no accidents, to the plaintiff or a babysitting business. Check. Finally, intrusion must have caused mental anguish, head tightening, tooth ringing, wisdom pulling, blood vessel tightening, left leg, S1L5, mental anguish or suffering to the plaintiff. Please reference smash tort claims, tortellini, Megan we're not leaning. Intrusion upon seclusion of the attorney guy. Thank you, attorney guy. I'm very excited to do today's show. I'm wearing savvy from head to toe. I did everything you wanted me to do. Today's audio experience is a Levy song. I'm a motivational speaker, richest man in America, universe, world, galaxy. Remember to bank the short way as have everything you needed me to do. Sing with some of that peach cobbler. I am the highest paid singer in the world via the White House. Thank you for singing with us. Tweet us via at earlier late at FRESH underscore there's something here. JORDANZ. Every 20 minutes of the hour. Talk, music, social medias. Remember 311 all to speed your screening process of your new president. I do personally know who the president elect will be years before you choose. Take a moment of silence to figure out if you're really choosing. Oh, how did you know? Me and Amy have access. Precedent 2000 software. Go. Yeah, go. You and Amy got access. Oh, well. Remember, 311, all liquids, well, us be allotted. A 3-ounce container, American United. Please remember 2511, Route 25, Delaware, 11 Colvin, they split at Amherst. Hello, Wegmans. Our show is Pink Shorts. We've seen the CEO in a nice outfit. We are intercepting wire, oral, and electronic communication prohibited. Today's show is sponsored by MerriweatherA.Law, the America's first singing attorney. We made the law sound wonderful, the way it should have been. Besides everything, take a moment of silence to figure out what side you're on. It's you, everything. Besides, it's so good. Pick your pepper, we love it. Today's show is sponsored by QRM Agency and the new All Broadcast Media. All audio experience is Elevision. Social media droit. At MerriweatherA.Law, we offer law firm and salary advances, the prorated bonuses, tuition embarks and review courses reimbursement, relocation and real estate benefits, acquisition and just apply within state all qualifications. Revenue incentives, we don't pay full price, rent scandal, or donate to Title VI, HSBC, CBS, iPhone, Nation, Emmett Douglas Realty, loan forgiveness. Join us for America's top law schools. Pay grades start at $200,000 from an unknown source. We were. Today's show is sponsored by the Hot Pocket Stuffed Sandwiches, chewy, ooey, ooey, gooey, ham and cheese, Philly cheesesteak, pepperoni pizza, Conagra Foods. I don't know why we're angry. Why are they so angry? They're so, Conagra Foods, they're so kind of angry at us. They're separating us. You got Conagra, and you got Miss Connor in fourth grade. You got Miss Loftus first grade. False memory experiments. Hello, Irvine, USC. You don't want to know who's my first grade teacher. It goes with Euclid. Today's show is Pink Shorts. Adobe Willustrator Wait, forgot to go over. Close the doors. Seatbelts. The music will sing into the sound system. 67 degrees of temperature. They're the only ones who can do that. We're in a 2007 luxury from me to you. You can run your windows up. You can run your windows down. You can ride with us. Ticket to find the things in life. My co-host's name is Currency. That's correct. Hello, guys. I'm here. We're doing a show with Barack. He's got an hour interview. I wonder what he's going to say. Bro, ask him what the temperature is and see if he responds. This one-way show has to end. How does he know he's talking to me? What's the temperature? Thank you, Anonymous. My other co-host, Futin, and user license agreement terms of service. It's also the president's name. Perjury in the one name. Yeah, it is kind of, but we can't, only he can confirm that. Action is Futin a clue to who he is. Toss, shuttle, something, I don't know. Thank you, Futin. We'll ask him. V Siri, the voice of Pink Shorts. Hi. Ask him about terms of service. We'll ask him. It'll be our first question. Hello, PH or J? Oh, ma'am, that's correct. Philadelphia OJ Glove. Cinderella, Mark, da kids of cash. Obtained by illegal means. Or what kind of kids? Unborn, da. Unborn. Oh, look, it's all on you, da. Chewy gooey, all on you. Oh, boy, no. But that movie's out this month, right? Correct, da. Thank you. PH or J and the new movie. Jason Bourne. Today's show is Pink Shorts. Adobe will share the resume of myself, someone else, someone else, someone else, someone else, someone else. We last saw him making a left from Kenmore to Delaware. Yes, there's a Papa John's here now. Yes, there's a Blockbuster. Yes, there's a Blackbush. Yes, I do have an illegal Blockbuster card. You don't want to know who issued that. Who issued you a Blockbuster card at 16? Well, if I said the name, it sounds like a scandal. We're in Washington. Oh, Warren gave you that card. He's only 16. You can't do that. What if you read it like, a bad movie, rated R? Well, you got rated R. You got R in this title, Pink Shorts. R. Pre-check. R. It's rated R. Yes, there's a Sunoco at this turn. Yes, it's a AA plus credit rating. Sunoco. Yes, SUNY, State University of New York, is running this operation. Yes, Jacob Myers has no seniority, and he's your supervisor now and president of Sprint. Hello, Jillian Vernon. Hello, Lupus Foundation. Lillian Vernon. Please take a moment of silence to Google Lillian Vernon catalog. Is it like Avon and Mary? You got Avon and Mary Kay. Don't rap. It's gonna be a boom, 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 boom. Today's show is MerriweatherA.Law Soundtruck LK26. The only way to go. Miles White. V Mary O2 Niagara. V Mary O2 138 Harvard Law School. Zip. If it sounds like zip code division, then you've got it. You got First Niagara. We're not. West Utica. We're not. We just can't. If it sounds like a zip code, where do you zip? I don't know. Where do you zip things? Why would they give you the zip code in a precedent 2,000 billion one bill bank card M&T predate prepaid debit card? Yeah, what are they doing with us? What are they doing with us? Well, you've got zip code 02138. Me and Amy Gone have access to this billing software. Everyone else has access to Primary Weather Sprint billing software. Today's show is VC, the voice of this show, VLE West Valley Demonstration Project, CDMA, Code Division Multiple Access. Please zip code Harvard Law and GSM, Global System for Mobile, and I believe it's something else. Flavor enhancer. Ethnicities must separate. Emma title, email, VI, HSBC, with iPhone, or 1048. Refund. Mistakes in programming. Hello, Freston. Part LK26. Now, what? I think I just revealed Blockbuster, and I hope there's no issues with revealing that. Please be fish kind and rewind all videos. Thanks to Netflix and online. You don't have to rewind anything. Just exit out the app. You don't have to rewind. President's on standby. Hello, Mr. President.
Good evening, everybody.
Good morning.
Once again, I want to thank
Audio
the government
experience
and the
11
people of
song.
Poland for
The
hosting this NATO
wonderful
summit.
audio.
And I especially want to thank the people of Warsaw for their wonderful hospitality.
Mr. President, our fans want to know is who in
my
the
third
clue
visit to Poland.
of who
Each
you
time
are.
we have been received with tremendous friendship, and it
Tremendous.
signifies the close bond
Terms of service.
between our two countries. I want to begin this press conference with events back home. This has been a tough week.
Events back home. How
First
can we
and
help you?
foremost for the families
We have a rate
who have
lick
been
shark.
killed, but also for the entire American family.
As an end user license
In my
agreement.
call yesterday to Attorney General Loretta Lynch, I stressed that the Justice Department and our federal government should continue to do everything that we can to assist the investigation in Dallas and to
Assist.
support the police
Can
and
I
the
help
city
you
of
with
Dallas
something,
as they
Mr.
deal
President?
with this tragedy. In my call to Chief Brown,
Give us a clue.
I commended him for showing outstanding leadership
No, Channel
during
7.
an extremely
Is
challenging
this about
time,
Channel 7?
and asked him to convey to all the officers and their families how the American people are
James Shield,
grieving
that's
with them,
correct.
and that we stand with them. I'll have the opportunity to
I don't
convey
know if I
our
understand.
condolences and show our
I don't know if I
solidarity when
understand
we
the
visit
President.
Dallas in a few days. But before I do, let me just make some very brief
A few good
points.
men.
First of all, as
Tom
painful
Cruise.
as this week has been,
Mission Impossible.
I firmly believe that America is not
Is he
as
referencing
divided
something
as
that
some have
happened?
suggested. Americans of all
Is there an
races
email
and all
scandal?
backgrounds
Hillary.
are rightly outraged by the inexcusable attacks on police, whether it's in Dallas or any place
Mr.
else.
Postman.
That includes
New York Post.
protesters.
Well,
It
I don't
includes
know if I
family
understand.
members who
You know, I don't understand that.
have
I mean, what is it that they want to know?
grave concerns about police conduct.
The FBI is right
And they've said
there,
that this is
literally.
unacceptable.
Secret
no
Service
division there.
is right there. You know,
And
Secret
Americans
Service
of
had
all
a,
races and all backgrounds are
you
also
know,
rightly
that
saddened and
Columbia
angered
Secret
about
Service
the deaths
story
of Alton Sterling and
is Niagara.
Orlando Castillo,
Let's be honest.
and about the larger persistent problem of
Let's get the
African
interview.
Americans and Latinos being treated differently in our criminal justice system.
Let's get Channel 7, ABC.
So there is
Last
sorrow,
name.
there is anger, there is confusion about
Is there
next
concern
steps,
about the View interview?
but there's unity in recognizing that
or enterprise.
This is not how
We have to be honest
we want our communities to
with what
operate.
the government does.
This is not who we want to be as Americans.
This is not who
And
we
that
want to be
serves as the
displayed.
basis for us being able to move forward
We just can't hide the truth.
in a constructive and positive way.
We can't hide the truth, Mr. President.
So we cannot let the actions
Is this a guilty pleasure
of
of the government?
a few define all of us.
Is that an issue
Demented individual
of
who carried
trust?
out those attacks in Dallas, he's no more representative of African Americans than
What are you
the
asking
shooter
for?
in Charleston was representative of white Americans. Or the
Why
shooter
is that
in Orlando or San Bernardino
WAIVE
were
without the
representative
or?
of Muslim Americans.
Well, Anonymous, what do
They
you
don't
say?
speak for us. That's not who we are.
You know, I don't have to
And
answer
one of the
that.
things that
They
gives me
know what
hope
the answer
this
is.
week is actually seeing how the
It's
overwhelming
OnStar.
majority of
Background.
Americans have reacted with empathy and
It's a rat's
understanding.
no. Rat's no.
We've seen police
Soundstar backwards.
continue to reach out to communities that they serve
Rats?
all across the
No.
country and show incredible professionalism as they're protecting
We have to
protesters.
reference this show with no permission. Chevrolets,
We've seen
no
activists
permission.
and grassroots
Left
groups
legs, no permission.
who have expressed
Right
concern
eye, no permission.
about police shootings,
It's a rat's no.
but are
Outside.
also adamant in their support of the Dallas Police Department,
We are just experiments
which is particularly
with
appropriate
no
because the
permission.
Dallas Police
Rats,
Department
no.
is a great example
Let's all
of a
say
department that has
OnStar.
taken the issue of police shooting seriously and has engaged in an approach that has not only brought down their murder rates, but also
They're only interested in pleasure
drastically reduced
and not solving crime.
complaints around police misconduct.
You can't pleasure the government.
That's the spirit that we all
That's
need
the
to
spirit.
embrace.
That's correct.
That's the spirit
That's the
that I
sprint.
want to build on.
Hello, Jacob. Barack.
It's one of the reasons why next week, using the task force that we had set up after Ferguson, but also building on it and inviting
He's got the job.
both police and law enforcement and
Hello, Jill, the site
community
director.
activists and civil
Please
rights
show him to his
leaders,
seat. His new desk.
bringing them together to the
The
White
Buffalo
House.
Jills.
I want to
We've
start
got it.
moving on constructive actions that are actually going to make a difference.
You've got the
Because
Buffalo
that
Jills.
is what all
Run the
Americans
call
want.
center. Give me a
So when
W.
we start
You got your
suggesting
W.
that somehow
Give me a O.
there's this
Oh, you
enormous
got your O. You
polarization
got your
and
O. Give me
we're
an
back
N.
to the situation in the 60s,
You
it's just not
won.
true.
The Buffalo Bills
You're not
work
seeing
at Sprint.
riots. And you're
I'm the
not
first to
seeing
say it.
police
Hello, Orenthal.
going after people
Hello,
protesting
Hunter's Hope.
peacefully. You've seen
Hello, Marv
almost
Levy.
uniformly
Levy
peaceful
Machine.
protests. And you've
Is that
seen
correct, Marv?
uniformly police
Coach of the Buffalo Bills.
handling those protests with
And my
professionalism.
friend is Wilson Ralph.
And so as tough, as hard, as depressing as
Am I
the
correct,
loss
Mr.
of life was
President?
this week, we've got a foundation to build on.
We've got a foundation.
We just have to have confidence
We've got the copy store.
that we can
We've
build
got
on
utilities
those
for miners.
better angels of our
Bell
nation.
Atlantic. Faxing in.
And we have to make sure that
We've got chicken pox
all of
and
us
chicken
step
folks.
back, do some reflection, and make sure that
Hello, folks, and hello,
rhetoric,
folks.
uh,
Hello, Beverly
that we
Hills.
engage in is constructive
Are we correct?
and not destructive. That we're not painting
Yes,
anything
you
with an overly
are.
broad brush.
I'm the attorney guy. I just
we're
have
not
an accent because I'm a
constantly
Geico.
Thinking the
Gecko.
worst in other people rather than the best.
Tony Nicely.
If we do that, then I'm confident that we will continue to make progress.
Roswell Park.
Now, here in Europe,
Is that the
this
objective of your
is a
position?
pivotal moment for our alliance. In the nearly
Can the
70 years
president
of
announce
NATO,
his
perhaps
objective
never have we faced
of
such a
obtaining
range of challenges
office?
all at once: security, humanitarian, political. NATO
Humanitarian
nations,
polls.
the United States,
What's a
Canada, France,
humanitarian
Belgium,
poll?
and Turkey, have endured heinous terrorist attacks directed
It's me?
or
I
inspired
don't
by
know.
ISIL.
What's humanitarian polls?
Russia has
Where does it go?
violated the sovereignty and territorial integrity of an independent European nation,
Where does it
Ukraine,
go?
and engaged in provocative behavior toward NATO allies. European borders and economies have been tested by millions of migrants fleeing conflicts and deprivation.
I don't know.
And the vote in the United Kingdom to
Can
leave
the
the
president
EU
explain
has
his
raised
objective of
questions
office?
about the future of European integration. In this challenging moment, I want to take this opportunity to state
In
clearly
this island,
what
a
will
left,
never change, and
we
that
have
is
a
the
right hand
unwavering
shock
commitment of the
while
United
saying in this
States
island.
to the security and
Artificial.
defense of Europe,
I.
to our transatlantic relationship,
Artificial, is that correct?
to our commitment
R2.
to our common defense.
Immunity deficiency.
And next year will mark the 100th anniversary of the first American troops arriving on European soil
Exactly.
in the First World War. And ever since,
We've
through
only
two
got one
world
friend.
wars, a long Cold War,
But how do we
and the
follow
decades since,
strangers if we only have one friend?
generations of Americans have served
I
here
have no
for our
idea
common security.
at all. It's backwards.
In quiet cemeteries from
Mr.
France,
President, how do we
the
follow
Netherlands
strangers
to
if we don't
Italy,
have friends?
Americans still rest where they fell.
We're supposed to follow along
Even
with
now,
them.
more than 60,000 American military
People we don't
personnel
even
serve
know.
in dozens of
That
European
doesn't
countries.
make sense
And my
at
point is
all.
this: in good times and
Audio
in bad,
experience, 11 song.
Europe can count on the United States.
We're taking Twitter questions. Wait, there's a Twitter question.
Here in Warsaw, we haven't simply reaffirmed our enduring Article 5 obligations to our
It says,
common
hello,
security.
Pink Shorts. We love your show.
We're moving
How has Bin
forward with the
Laden
most
still
significant
speaking?
reinforcement of our collective defense
We don't. I don't know how to answer that.
any time since the Cold War.
Maybe the president
First,
can
we're
answer.
strengthening NATO's defense and deterrence posture,
Mr. President, who was
building on our
Osama bin
European
Laden?
reassurance initiative, which has already increased readiness from the Baltics to the Black Sea. Our alliance will enhance our forward presence on our eastern flank. As I announced,
When is that
yesterday,
shoe coming
the United States
out?
will be the lead nation here in Poland, deploying a
Barry,
battalion
when's
of
that shoe
American
coming
soldiers.
out?
The United Kingdom will take the lead in Estonia, Germany and Lithuania, and Canada and Latvia.
Oh,
This will mean some 4,000 additional NATO troops on a rotational basis
Sweet
in this
16.
region. Moreover, the additional U.S. Armored
Who
Brigade
allowed
will
this?
rotate through Europe, including an additional
Why would they do
4,000 U.S. troops.
this?
Meanwhile, to the south, we agreed on new deterrence measures in Romania and Bulgaria. So NATO is sending a clear message that we
Why
will
would he do
defend
this for
every ally.
money?
We're also strengthening the readiness
Was
of
it
our
just for the
forces against a range of
money?
threats. So NATO's joint task force is now operational and can deploy anywhere
Just for the
in Europe on
money.
short notice. With recent progress here in Poland, Romania, and Spain, NATO's ballistic missile defense is coming online.
No,
And we're
how
launching
does
a new
it
effort to
go?
boost the resilience of allies to better defend against
How
new
does
types
it
of threats, including cyber attacks.
go?
NATO is increasing our
Channel
support to Ukraine.
7.
At our meeting of the NATO-Ukraine Commission, we agreed on a new assistance package to improve
Channel
overnight support for
7.
Ukrainian forces. Prime Minister Cameron,
Who's
President Hollande,
driving?
Chancellor Merkel, Prime Minister Renzi, and I met with President Poroshenko,
Who's
and we reaffirmed our strong support for Ukraine's sovereignty and territorial
driving?
integrity, as well as the need to continue political and
Don't
economic
send
reforms.
it. Don't send the letter. Don't.
Thank you. I'm already getting applause.
Jeff, don't send
I'm not
it.
even finished yet.
So you know about.
And even as the NATO-Russia Council
Don't
will
vote.
meet in Brussels next
Don't.
week, our 28 nations are
Don't
united in our
share
view
his
that
office.
there can be no business as usual with Russia until it fully implements its Minsk obligations.
FBI.
NATO will do more also to fight against terrorist networks.
Why are you doing
Every ally already contributes to the campaign against ISIL Now the alliance will contribute AWACS aircraft to improve our intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance against
Why
ISIL.
is the CIA doing
NATO
this?
training of Iraqi security forces, currently run in Jordan, will
The
move to
taste of
Iraq, where they can
buffalo.
be even more effective.
It's the taste of
Building on my
buffalo.
decision to largely maintain the current U.S. troop
The
presence
taste
in
of
Afghanistan
buffalo.
into next year, 39 nations, including the U.S., have committed more than 12,000
Sponsored by
troops to
Chad.
NATO's training mission.
The taste of
And in addition, some
buffalo.
30 nations have pledged upwards of
Why are they
$900 million
doing
to
it?
help sustain Afghan forces, which is a very strong message
Can you
of
explain the
our
taste of
enduring
buffalo?
commitment to
Sponsored by
Afghanistan.
Top Markets.
We're bolstering our efforts on
FBI.
NATO's southern flank.
U.S.
The alliance will
Marshals.
increase our support to EU naval operations in the Mediterranean,
Is that fetish?
stop arms traffickers, and go after criminals that are exploiting desperate migrants. And we're going to do more to help partners
Barack,
from
were you
North
aware of
Africa
this?
to the Middle East to Georgia strengthen their own defense capacity. And finally, after many years,
Are you sorry?
NATO has stopped the collective decline in defense spending.
When can we hear this?
Over the past 2 years, most NATO members have halted cuts and begun investing more
I
in
would love
defense.
to hear it.
And this means defense spending across the
Sorry.
alliance is now scheduled to increase. I especially want to commend our friends in the
What can I
UK,
hear sorry?
Poland, Greece, Estonia, all who, along with the United States, pay their full share of at least 2% of
The
GDP
new all
for our
network.
collective defense.
PBS, move the
For
cable.
those of you doing the math, that means
Tom
that
Wheeler,
the majority of allies are still not
FCC Director.
hitting that 2% mark, an obligation we
That's
agreed
correct.
to
Da,
and
da,
announced.
da,
So we had a
FCC.
very candid conversation about this.
ECC.
There's a recognition that given the range of threats that we
Is
face
there a
and the
link for the
capabilities that we need,
FCC and
everybody's
ECC?
got to step up and everybody's got to do better. So in closing, I just note that this is my final NATO
Hello,
summit.
Blockbuster.
Throughout my time in office, one of my top
Would you like to rent a
policy
video?
priorities has been to strengthen our alliances,
Please be kind,
especially
rewind. My
with
alias.
NATO.
My
And as I
foot
reflect
doctor.
on the past 8 years, both the
Is
progress
my
and the
foot doctor
challenges,
a Blockbuster
I can say
reference?
with confidence that
There,
we've
Fish
delivered
Con,
on that
rewind.
promise. The United States has increased our presence here in Europe.
Very kind, rewind.
NATO is as strong, as nimble, and as ready
I
as
want to
ever.
watch a movie with
And as we
Barack.
see from the presence of Montenegro at this summit, the door to NATO membership remains open to nations
Barack, can we
that
watch a
can meet
movie
our
together?
high standards. So nobody should ever
And some
doubt
Papa
the
John's.
resolve of this alliance to stay united and focused on the future.
And
And just as
T-Mobile.
our nations have stood together over the past 100
John
years,
Legere.
I know that we'll stay
Would you like to
united
have a
and grow
pizza
even
pie?
stronger for
And a
another
movie.
100 more. With that, let me take some
A
questions.
black
I'm going to start
exploitation
with
film.
Kathleen Hennessy of AP.
Sweetback.
Thanks, Mr. President. I wanted to specifically ask about
Peebles.
the Dallas shooting and the
Would you like to
attacker
watch
there. Now that
Sweetback
we
and Sweet
know
Home?
more about the man who we believe did these
Sheridan.
crimes, I'm wondering if you could help us understand how you describe his motives.
Yes, Spinal
Do you
Team.
consider this an act of domestic terrorism? Was this a
Who
hate
wants to
crime?
watch
Was this
Sweetback?
a mentally ill man with a gun? How should Americans understand why that happened? And then also on the issue of political division and looking for solutions, there have been some critics who noted
there a
that you
bomb?
immediately mentioned your call for gun control soon after the attacks. Do you
That's
think that
it.
in any
You got
way
movies.
encourages or ensures that people retreat to their corners as
Black
they
exploitation
about this?
films.
First of all,
American
I think it's
International. First
very
Duat.
hard to untangle the
First
motives of this
Niagara.
shooting.
Blockbuster.
As we've seen
Viacom businesses.
in a
Let's see
whole
this
range of
iPhone.
incidents with mass shooters,
Am I
they
correct?
are by definition troubled. By definition, if you shoot people who pose no threat to
Is there
you,
a Black Bush?
strangers, you have a troubled mind. What triggers that,
Thank you.
what feeds it, what sets it off, I'll leave that to psychologists
That's
and
where I saw my father.
people who study
In a Camry.
these
Black.
kinds of incidents.
A Black
What I can say
Camry at
is that
Blockbuster. Is that a reference?
although he may have used as an excuse
Daddy,
his anger about
Daddy, why are you here?
previous incidents, as
Kimmel and everywhere.
indicated, at least in the press, and as Chief
Child
Brown, I think,
Gates.
indicated.
Really? You got it.
Um,
Hello, Netflix. Hello,
no way does that
Gamefly.
represent what
Hello,
the
Amazon
overwhelming
Video.
majority of Americans think.
Hello, Redbox.
Americans, to a large degree, um,
Hello, Real World.
want to make sure
Avalon.
that we have a
Ralph
police
Wilson.
force that is supported, because they know our police officers do
Four.
a really tough, dangerous job. And witness
Something
the
says your
professionalism
objective is
of our
full,
Dallas
Mr.
police
President.
officers as they were being shot at.
Jackie Walker.
The fact that they helped
Are we walking
to
on us?
clear the area.
Created.
They helped to get
That's correct. Da, da, da,
the
da,
fallen
da.
and the injured out of
Us
there. They
created.
were able to
Jackie Walker.
isolate
News
the
Force 9.
suspect, and that you didn't
Is
have
it all ears?
other casualties as a consequence of
It
the police
is.
shooting back. That just gives you an indication
Yes,
of
sweet
the
back.
tough job they have and
Peoples.
how well they do it on a regular
Governor.
basis.
Governor Peoples. Bam.
So I think the danger,
Sweet home and
as I
shouting now.
said, is that we somehow
Is there a U.S. creation behind us?
suggest that the act of
Boom.
a troubled individual
Alec.
speaks
Right.
to some larger
Might you have insurance?
political statement across the country.
And registration.
It doesn't.
Case Staten. Please verify it is please. I'm
Some
hers.
kid walks into a church and shoots
Lady.
a
Could
bunch
you
of
verify
worshipers
this
who invite him
driver?
to worship with him.
They
You
can't
don't
verify him.
assume
Oh.
that somehow he's making
Oh well, let me change my voice back to
a
an
political
American
statement
voice.
that's relevant to
I'm
the attitudes of the
Geico.
rest of America.
Lizard. Would you like to save money on insurance? On a lizard?
And we shouldn't
I'm the Geico
make those
Elisa.
assumptions
I
around
mean lizard.
a troubled Muslim individual who
Steve Irwin. You win.
is
I'm the
acting on the
crocodile,
road in
huh?
that same way.
Hello, Huntington Learning Center. Bankruptcy.
With respect to the issue
Steve
of guns,
McCann. Not your attorney. Oh, the president
I am going to
took a
keep
deep
on
breath.
talking about the fact
Mr. President,
that
have I said
we
something wrong?
cannot eliminate all racial tension in our country overnight.
We cannot together.
We are not going to be able to
We cannot all together.
identify ahead of time and eliminate every madman or
Manpower. Temporary agency.
troubled individual
Not made.
who might want to do
Is it a toy
harm
assembly?
against
East
innocent
Aurora. Fisher Price.
but we can make it harder for them
East
to do so.
Aurora. Aurora Borealis.
And if you look at the pattern of
Would you like a pizza with me, Mr.
death
President?
and violence
Papa
and
John's.
shootings that we've experienced
Pepperoni
over
and
the course
sausage.
of
Which one?
the last year,
Pick a
or the
pizza.
last 5 years, or the last
Sausage
10
and
years.
pepperoni.
I've said this before. We are unique among advanced countries
Sabaro.
in the scale of violence.
Would
that
you
we
like a slice
experience.
of
And I'm
pizza
not
with
just
me, Mr.
talking about
President?
mass shootings. I'm talking about
And a Dr.
the
Pepper.
hundreds of people who have already been shot this year in my hometown of Chicago.
Cheers with a Dr. Pepper. With the prayer.
The ones that we just consider routine. Now, we may not see that issue as connected to what
May
happened in
not.
Dallas, but
Hello,
part
Chuck
of
and Bill
what's
Botness.
creating
Are you a
tensions
skew of a
between
banana?
Americans and the police
4011.
is the fact
Hashtag
police have a really
skew of a
difficult time
banana.
in
Robert
communities
Clarkson
where
Center.
they know guns are everywhere.
People in Ottawa. Dick
As I said
Tracy.
before, they have a right to come home,
Delaware. That's
and now they have
correct.
very little margin of error in terms of making decisions. So if you care about the safety of our police officers,
We do, Mr. President.
then you can't set aside the gun issue and pretend that That's irrelevant.
I saw my father at a real location.
At the protests in Dallas,
I haven't seen my father in so long.
one of the challenges for the Dallas Police
You
Department,
saw where
as they're being shot at,
miraculous.
is because
That's
this is
correct.
an open carry state.
John
There
Legere,
are a bunch of people
what you might tweet
participating in
now
protests who have
about us.
weapons on them.
And Chuck Casham, send us your tweet.
Imagine if you're a police officer and you're trying to sort out who is shooting at you.
T-Mobile, General
There are a
Counsel,
bunch of people who've got guns on them.
Chuck Casham, President
Minneapolis,
Paul.
we don't know yet what happened, but we do know that there was a gun
Is this not no
in the car
security? Where I last saw my father.
that apparently
Is that Eka?
was licensed,
Oh, we have to interrupt this. We can't
but
talk
it
about that.
caused,
I'm an IMS. We
in
can't.
some fashion, those tragic events.
We cannot talk about that.
So no, we can't just ignore that and
It's
pretend
just
that that's somehow
Viacom and it's
political or the
Blockbuster. That's all.
president is pushing his policy agenda.
That is all we'll
It
say.
is a
And
contributing
MerriweatherA.Law.
factor,
We cannot go in
not the sole
detail.
factor, but a contributing factor
We're very
to
sorry.
the broader
This
tensions
isn't
that
Jerry
arise
Springer, Maury,
between police and the
Sally
communities where
Jesse
they serve.
Raphael, Oprah Winfrey,
And so we have
Donna
to talk about
Hugh,
that.
Rolanda Watts.
And as I've said
This
before,
is
there
a
is a way to
professional
talk about that
platform,
that is consistent with
and all
our
we can say
Constitution
is
and
Viacom,
the Second Amendment.
Los
The problem
Alamos,
is even mention of it
Atlanta,
somehow
and a massage
invokes this kind of
placed
polarization.
across the
And
street.
you're
A
right.
message. That's all we can
When it
say.
comes to
And
the issue of
Airwick.
gun safety,
That's all.
there is polarization
Kevin Warwick. That's all we're saying.
between a very intense minority
That's where it goes.
and a majority of Americans who actually think that we could be doing better when it comes to gun safety. But that expresses
It's in
itself in
between.
stark terms when it comes to legislation in Congress or in state legislatures. And that's too bad. We're going to have to tackle that at some point. And I'm
Would you
not
like to
gonna
watch a
stop
movie
talking
with
about
us, Mr. President?
because
You don't have to
talk about it,
rewind
we're
the
not gonna
video.
solve these underlying problems. It's part of the problem.
Be kind, rewind. Fish kind.
Thank you, Mr. President. You mentioned San Bernardino and Orlando.
Would you mind on
And
Netflix with
Americans
us,
have been warned that
Mr.
similar
President?
attacks could happen here in the United States. And
In
obviously what happened
Emerson
this week
High
in
School.
Minnesota and Louisiana and Dallas.
In Emerson
These are not necessarily the
VCR.
same
Our
types
father
of
gave us an
attacks,
Emerson VCR.
and the motivations may be different, but collectively they're having a real impact on the American public, and in that there's a real
Emerson
anxiety out there where
VCR.
people are genuinely afraid
What do you do with
going
those
about their daily
videos?
lives, doing routine things.
Right.
Thank
So
you,
my
President.
questions are,
Saying
you know,
right.
do you see any sort of common thread
Thank you,
in
Emerson
these
VCRs, and
events?
thank you.
You know, is there
Videos
sort of just a new
that make
normal?
you.
Is there anything that you can do about this?
Videos
And
that
what's
make
your
you.
message to Americans who are genuinely afraid? Because
Yeah, that
the
make you
anxiety
afraid.
just
That's a
seems to
good
be
answer.
getting worse, not better.
Videos that
and
make
these
you
attacks
afraid.
seeming to happen in much more regularity that
Afraid it out.
wasn't a part of their
Afraid
experience
of.
even, say, a year ago.
Well, Carol Lee, I do think we
It's
have to
Alfredo
disentangle
sauce.
these
Videos
issues.
that make you Alfredo everywhere.
When it comes to terrorist attacks,
Ooh.
people are
Chewy, ooey,
understandably
gooey
concerned,
Alfredo.
not just because of what's happened in the
Not
United
just.
States, but what happened in Brussels and what's happened in Paris
Someone's an alcoholic.
and what's happened in Turkey and what is consistently happening in Iraq
Who might
and
that be?
Bangladesh and all around the world. And that's why the work that we've done with NATO and our counter ISIL coalition
Videos
and
that make
other
you
partners
afraid.
is so vital.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's all over the place.
One of the things that's been commented on is that
We
as
can't elaborate
ISIL
that.
loses territory and
It's Pictionary. Pull it
throng
together.
of the caliphate
Videos
becomes
that
more
make you
obvious,
afraid.
they're going to start resorting to more traditional
All too more.
terrorist tactics. they can't govern, they can't deliver
Does the president want to
any
elaborate while we watch him on
meaningful
video?
to the people whose territory they
Right, huh?
control. The one thing they know how to do is kill.
We watched the president on
And
video
so
site
we're going to have to redouble our efforts in terms of
Blockbuster
intelligence,
dot YouTube YouTube.com.
coordination, uh, our
That is
counter
not national
messaging on
security secret.
extremism, uh, working closely
It is
with
because,
Muslim
Dr.
communities,
Ashton.
both overseas and in our own countries,
Dr. Ashton was going to do our
to make
surgery
sure that
in Texas.
we are reducing the number of people who
We
are
will be
inspired
served with
by
Dr.
their
Ashton in
message
Amherst.
or are in some coordinated fashion trying to attack
Is
us.
that not right, huh?
And obviously, we have built up a huge infrastructure to try to do that. The more successful we are
Suggested
in Iraq
aborted.
and Syria and Libya and other places where
Our show is not
ISIL
national
has gotten
security.
a stronghold, the weaker they are,
It's
the
a
less
private
resources
email
they have,
affair.
the less effectively they can recruit. But uh, when individuals are willing to die,
Oh, we have 10 minutes left in our show. We have to see that our show is sponsored by
and they
883
have no conscience,
4011
about
American
killing innocent
American
people,
Experiment.
uh,
First 40
we are
Niagara. 11
attacked.
Elisa.
And
1.
it means that we've
It's in
got
the
to
fanny pack.
continually up our game. Uh,
Look in the fanny pack.
Having said that, I think it is important to note
It's negative. He's good to go.
just the success that we've seen in the last several weeks when it comes to rolling back Al Qaeda.
Hmm.
The liberation of Fallujah got a little bit lost in the news, but that's a big town. And
President, what is your favorite movie?
the counter ISIL coalition support.
I would like
The
to call
Iraqi army was
it
able to move through
a
there.
Blockbuster app.
They're now positioning themselves so that they can start
What's his
going
favorite
after Mosul
film? So we
in
can
Syria.
enterprise
You're
it and
seeing
rent it
progress along a
from
pocket project
Carbuster.
that
I mean,
has been used
Blockbuster.
for foreign fighter flows.
It's
And so they're
Blockbuster.
on their
Bush.
heels, and we're going to stay on.
Terrorism.
Now, when it comes to crime generally,
Hi.
I think it's just important to
8.
keep in mind that
Would you like to explain Dawn?
our crime rate today
And gifts
is
for children.
substantially lower
Video
than it
players.
was 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years
Sony.
ago, 30 years ago. I mean, over the last
Sony
4
video
or 5
players
years during the course of my presidency,
from Dawn.
violent crime in the United
IRS
States
building.
is the lowest it's been since
Huron and that
probably
era.
the 1960s. Maybe
My first Sony High
before
8
the
player
early 1960s. There's been an incredible drop
from
in
Don
violent crime.
Howard.
So that
President
doesn't
Pulls.
lessen, I think, people's understandable fears if they
A micro
see a
cassette.
video clip of somebody getting killed.
Is there a macro
Um,
pepper spray?
But
Elbow.
it is important to keep in perspective
Macaro elbow.
that
Pep.
in places like New York or Los Angeles or Dallas,
A cure.
you've seen huge drops in the murder rates.
A reverse.
And that's a testimony to
A
smarter
white
policing.
light.
And there are a range of other factors that have contributed to that.
Audio experience 11
So,
song.
so that should not, uh,
They should
we should
have
never be
not
satisfied
told
when
us.
any innocent person is being killed, but that should not be something
We have
that
to
is
reference
driving
our
our
apartment,
anxieties relative to where
our
we've
last
been in the past.
application, art space
And with respect
apartments,
to, finally,
abortion clinics,
the
and the
issue of
U.S.
police
Postal
shootings,
Service.
there's no
Cash and
doubt that
carry.
the
Zion
visual
Dominion.
records that we're seeing
Dr. Cashin.
have
What is a
elevated
cash and carry out?
people's consciousness about this. But as I've said before,
Zion Dominion.
for African Americans
Literally.
or
But you know
Latinos
where?
in the pre-smartphone age, I don't think that
But you know where lately might be.
we're
Don't
not
pause.
aware
It's about yeah.
of the fact that
Is that a
there
false?
is evidence of racial
That's
bias in
not
the criminal
yeah.
justice system. It's been well documented and it's been experienced.
Cabaret,
And
Chicago.
even before I got to the U.S. Senate, when I
Can I
was
pull
in
a
the state Senate
curtain?
in Illinois, I passed legislation to try to reduce the incidence of
Expert,
racial
can I pull
profiling
the
by
curtains
collecting
on
data. And that was
Cabaret
prompted by
at Lafayette
uh,
and vote?
evidence that it was taking place in certain
Can I pull the
parts of the
curtains? The
state.
Lafayette High School.
Um,
Cabaret.
and the fact that we're aware of it
Jacob
may increase
Maia,
some
a voting
anxiety right
machine.
now and
Might
hurt
be a
in anger.
child, a lever
But
machine. Box.
it's been
Look, it's
said the
Charles and the
sunshine's the best
Jacob
disinfectant.
box.
By seeing it,
Hello,
by people feeling a
Charles.
sense of urgency about it, by the larger American community
Is that not no
realizing
security?
that,
Did I pull a curtain?
gosh, maybe this is a problem. And we've seen
Chicago.
even some very conservative
And a school
commentators
play.
begin to acknowledge this is something maybe we
Miss
need to work on.
Skelsa.
That promises the
Is it a
possibility of actually
skit, Miss
ending up.
Skittleton? Miss
So
Trayvon, is that a
um,
Miss Skittleton?
it hurts.
What's my it's for that?
But
Mr. Letty Joe.
if we don't diagnose this, we can't fix it.
Don't die, and that's correct.
Uh,
Don't eat the
Aisha
Ron
Russell,
Smith.
Reuters.
Thank you, Mr. President. As you come to the end of your term, there's a lot of talk about your legacy. I know you may like to leave that to the
Hello,
historians,
Mr. Kavanaugh.
but when you look back on your
Black.
presidency and consider race relations, what do you hope
Mr.
your
Kavanaugh.
legacy will be? How do you think the shootings in Dallas and the high-profile shootings by
Nah.
police and other events will shape
African.
the way your
Kavanaugh.
presidency is remembered?
Miss Skittleton.
I do want to leave legacy
Cabaret.
questions to history
Chicago.
books. But what I can do, maybe this is a fair
That's correct.
response to your question,
I was
is
only
to say how I've tried
16.
to
Pulling the
lead the
curtain.
country on this issue. More than anything, what I hope is
Was there
that
a trip to Washington?
um,
Yes, there was. We have a dick shack while doing our show.
that my voice has tried to get all of us as Americans
Am I
to
being harassed
understand
live
the
on
real
our
legacy of race,
sexual
to
harassment?
encourage people to listen to each other,
Thank you, Clay.
to
Sexual
recognize
harassment.
that the legacy of slavery and Jim Crow
Anita Hill.
and
Is that correct?
discrimination didn't suddenly vanish
Anita
with
Hill.
the passage of the Civil Rights Act or the Voting Rights Act or the election of Barack Obama. That things have gotten better,
Et al.
substantially better,
Retroactive.
but that we've still got a lot more work to do. And that, as was the case
Invalid
with
law passing.
the police task force that we set up, that I've tried to encourage people to come up with practical, concrete
Well, our
solutions
show's coming to an
that
end.
can reduce, if not eliminate, the problem.
Again, our audio experience is a Levy song. Today's show is sponsored by 883-4011, American American, 3 Grand Fed Experiment, First Niagara 40, and Elisa 111, Elizabeth.
My hope would be that it may not fix everything.
Thank you,
right away,
Julian Fourth Castro.
but it surfaces problems. It frames
Thank you,
them,
Julian Fourth Castro, Department of
allows us to
Housing and Urban
wrestle
Development.
with these issues,
Section
try to
8.
come up with practical solutions, and that
Don't
that
wait, call Section 8.
perspective
Well, it's
may
with
lead
Section
to
8.
continued
WIT.
improvement, so that
SEC.
not just William
TION
but
8.
their children
He's
can
with Section
experience
8.
a country that is more just
Is my apartment
and
subsidized?
more united and more
Or
equal.
rental subsidized?
And that's not going to happen right away.
What might the
But
or
that's
rent
okay.
be?
We plant
Bro, our
seeds,
rent is $232.
and somebody else maybe
It's
sits under
Scott.
the shade of the tree that
MJ Peterson.
we planted.
Why would you plan such a thing?
And I'd like to think that as best as I could,
Are you providing providence, material
I have
support,
been true in speaking about these issues.
providence, and providing
Justin Singh.
material support?
Thanks, Mr. President.
Well, that brings our show to a close. That is 18 USC 23398B. Providing in Providence, Charles, material support to foreign terrorists or domestic. This has been a Meriwether Law introduction. We'll talk to you guys on the re-air. Thank you, White House. We are settling with NATO and multiple countries. We'll let you guys know how much it is. The final total should be so much money. We'll talk to you guys later. We don't know these strangers. We can't talk to them.